From creatures that have been a part of the Pokémon universe since the very beginning, to powerful Psychic-type Pokémon created in a laboratory, we take a look at 10 of the most powerful Pokémon in the Pokémon universe. Number 10. Ditto. Pretty much all Ditto needs to do is get a good look at his opponent, and his body structure will do the rest of the work. This force of nature in disguise has only one problem. He can't completely match the true power of someone like a legendary Pokémon. Still, in battles, he's a force to be reckoned with. Fans have actually theorized that Ditto was an attempt to clone Mew, but the process didn't go as planned and actually resulted in a pile of pink goo. If the cloning process had been successful, Ditto might be much closer to the top of this list. Number 9. Entei. Entei looks something like what would happen if a Great Dane mated with an active volcano. His simple yet beautiful design says a lot about him. Simple and beautiful, however, don't describe all that Entei has to offer. Entei's story begins a few hundred years before Pokémon Gold and Silver. The legend says that 3 Pokémon were caught inside a tower when it caught on fire and none of them survived. Ho-Oh, in his gracious wisdom, granted new life to these 3 tragic victims and transformed them into the legendary beasts Entei, Raikou, and Suicune. Many believe that Entei used to be a Flareon. Number 8. Deoxys. This powerful Psychic-type Pokémon started from a mysterious virus that went through a strange form of mutation. Unlike all other Pokémon, Deoxys is the only one known to have descended from outer space. Much is still unknown about Deoxys, but its strength cannot be disputed. In addition to the ability to fight a Pokémon like Rayquaza, it also has different forms that can help it in a battle. This diverse array of forms makes Deoxys a very versatile fighter, who comes prepared for every battle. Number 7. Alakazam. Another extremely powerful Psychic Pokémon, Alakazam boasts great intelligence with an IQ over 5,000. It is, in some ways, a counterpart to Machamp, except that Machamp relies solely on fighting style and technique, while Alakazam relies more on intelligence to overpower its enemies. Alakazam does have a slight edge because of his ridiculously high IQ, the sheer force of his psychic powers, and his constantly growing intelligence. That's right, Alakazam's brain is constantly growing and doesn't stop, so there's actually no limit to what this Pokémon can accomplish. Number 6. Regigigas. If you actually do some research, several theories have been formulated as to how the continents moved into the places where they're currently located: floods, volcanoes, earthquakes, etc. In the Pokémon universe, however, the reason is widely known. Hence the legend of the giant golem Regigigas. The story claims that Regigigas attached ropes to the continents and pulled them into the positions they are located today. Any Pokémon who can do that must have incredible strength. And while Regigigas is large at 12 feet tall, this feat is still only possible because of his legendary status, which, by the way, can also create life. The moss growing on its body shows that Regigigas is an ancient Pokémon who's been around for a long time. It also has a love for nature and other Pokémon, and is not easily provoked. Number 5. Charizard. Charizard's strength has definitely progressed throughout the years. Even at its debut in the anime, Charizard was quite powerful, but didn't stand a chance against many of the other Pokémon. Since that time, this fire lizard has been able to take out some of the tougher opponents, including Articuno and Mewtwo itself. Charizard was actually given not 1 but 2 Mega Evolutions, so its flames are now hot enough to melt boulders. If you're a Pokémon player, Charizard is one you definitely want on your team. One drawback is that it's very tough to train. It's got a sizable temper, so some may have second thoughts before picking Charmander as their starter. Number 4. Ho-Oh. Similar to the aforementioned Entei, Ho-Oh can grant life. Therefore, he appropriately resembles a phoenix. In addition to the life-giving power, Ho-Oh, the guardian of the skies, also possesses great strength. It protects its allies and works tirelessly to stop evil organizations trying to bring harm. Many of its enemies have fallen victim to its signature move, Sacred Fire. But because its colors, when struck by light, can be all colors, it also has a great ability to bring happiness and hope to all who look upon it. Number 3. Mewtwo. Mewtwo is a Pokemon who is used to getting its way. This is probably due in large part to it having the strongest psychic moveset of any Pokemon so far. Mewtwo has always been one of the most feared creatures in the Pokemon universe, but after being given multiple Mega Evolutions, it can alter its look and increase its power so much that it's almost invulnerable. If you've seen the first Pokemon movie, you know that even a group of the strongest trainers around couldn't stop it. Fortunately, Mewtwo also evolved in maturity and began to develop a new way of life by living in peace far away from the rest of the world. Number 2. Arceus. The legend of Arceus states that he was born in a realm of chaos and nothing else. It then shaped the entire universe and the worlds within it with its 1,000 arms. Much is still unknown about the history of Arceus, but its power is undeniable. Using a special plate, it can become any type in existence, which can have a big impact on its strongest move, Judgment. Arceus is worshipped in the Pokemon world, since he is essentially a god. The bad news is, Arceus is known as an angry god who exhibits not benevolence and kindness, but vengeance upon those who choose to wrong it. Number 1. Mew. Mew is said to be the ancestor of all Pokemon, but if Arceus created the universe, then how could Mew have come first? This is a great debate in the Pokemon universe, and there have been several theories on the topic, most of which end up contradicting themselves. Regardless, Mew tops our list of powerful Pokemon. It can learn any move in the entire game and has the DNA of all Pokemon. Even though Arceus can change types, it doesn't do much good in battle if the moves don't support it. Because Mew is one of the most powerful Pokemon in the universe, attempts were made to clone it, which then resulted in another one of the strongest Pokemon, Mewtwo. In spite of its power, Mew is adorable, fun-loving, and peaceful. It can still go toe-to-toe with even the most powerful of fighters, and can be called upon to protect the entire world if needed. Remember to hit the subscribe button for more videos every week.